Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than soccershop.bet, where the excitement of live sports is always at your fingertips. From football and basketball to cricket, rugby, and more, we've got all your favorite sports covered. Feel the rush of the game as you make your prediction. Don't wait. Download the soccershop.bet app today and get in on the action. It's time to play big, win big, and make every game a winning moment with soccershop.bet.
Well, Cafe Better Sport followers, it's time for us to talk UEFA Champions League. The tournament returns this week with the 2024-2025 season. And when I'm looking for value in footballing markets, you know I like to pick the brains of the Oracle, Lance Michael, and you'll also know, if you follow us regularly, that Lance isn't here. But I've had a chat with him, and once again, we're of the same opinion as we look for value in the Champions League betting market. So let's dissect it a little bit. The first thing Lance told me is make sure that you tell your Cafe Better Sport followers that the tournament is different this year because of the format. So that's exactly what I was going to say before he told me to tell you. You have to factor in that the group stages do not exist anymore. What does that mean? How does it translate into value and the winner perhaps of the tournament? Well, for me, it means with extra games and an elongated schedule that the depth of squad is even more important than normal. Plus, I think the cream will rise to the top. So let's have a look at the top of the market, see if there's any value. Manchester City, who won the tournament in 2023 with the Rodri goal in Istanbul, are 2.2 favourites. The current holders, once again, no surprise, are Real Madrid. They won their 15th Champions League last season when they beat Dortmund by 2-0 in the final. And they are at 3.5. Now, they both may win, but for me, I'm always looking for a little bit of value. So I'm going to shop deeper than that. Third favourites are Arsenal, and I know they beat Spurs on the weekend, but to be honest with you, I'm a Spurs supporter. I was bitterly disappointed at their final pass in the final third, and they weren't great, but neither were Arsenal really, and I think they already showed, if they get a couple of injury problems, particularly in midfield, is that sustainable for a run at Manchester City for the Premier League in England, and more importantly in the context of this discussion, for the Champions League? The answer to me is no. I'm not going to be taking 8.0 on Arsenal. So the market that I'm looking at is those at 12.0. At 13.0 is Liverpool. Now, I was pretty impressed with the way they started the Premier League, but that result at home to Nottingham Forest, being beaten by Forest for the first time in Anfield since 1969, worries me, and I also wonder whether it's sustainable with a new manager there for the first season to be competitive in Europe as well as in the Premier League. So not for me, Liverpool. The two that are at 12.0 that appeal are Bayern Munich and Barcelona. And I think that I know that both have the class and pedigree to put a decent run of results together and be able to manage with their squad depths a run at both their domestic leagues, and if they get into a quarter-final and semi-final of Champions League, they have the experience and quality to win the tournament. Harry Kane for Bayern Munich, he's scoring left, right and centre. He scored another hat-trick on the weekend, but beyond that they have plenty of quality players and depth, and Barcelona are Barcelona. We always know what they're capable of. So for me, and for Lance, I think the value lies in those 12.0 shots. Bayern Munich and Barcelona. At those prices, you can afford to back them both.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than soccershop.bet, where the excitement of live sports is always at your fingertips. From football and basketball to cricket, rugby, and more, we've got all your favorite sports covered. Feel the rush of the game as you make your prediction. Don't wait. Download the soccershop.bet app today and get in on the action. It's time to play big, win big, and make every game a winning moment with soccershop.bet.